Local talent, big and small, new and maybe not so new. Ranking Roger is from The Beat, who are going to be playing the main stage tonight. Delighted to say he's with us. Morning, big man.
Good morning, Mr. O'Connor. How are you?
All right. I did. That's no lie, you know. Top of the Pops. I don't know, what year were you on Top of the Pops with that?
With Mirror in the Bathroom, that would have been 1980, I do believe. Yes,
wow.
It was about March 1980. No, it would have been probably a bit later, because the first hit was Tears of a Clown, which was 1979, December.
Yeah.
And then we had Hands Off She's Mine, which was our second hit. That got to number 9.
Right.
And then Mirror in the Bathroom got to number 4, so that would have been, spring to summer. Yeah.
You were part of the soundtrack at that stage, weren't you, as well? And seriously, I mean, you couldn't move, but not least the fact because you were from the Midlands, and because people really related to that it was like fresh new music, which came out of the Caribbean sort of dance hall music sound, didn't it? This
it did, but then it got merged with punk music, I guess, and. There was a marriage, and we noticed at the same time there were other bands like the Selector and the Specials who were doing similar type of music, but it wasn't the same.
No.
And we kind of somehow all linked up, met up, and became part of a movement which changed history as far as I'm concerned.
You're right. No, you're absolutely right. Changed musical history, certainly. Was there a rivalry between you guys, Rog?
Not at all. I think the only rivalry was that everybody tried their hardest because everybody wanted to be the best at what they were doing, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So there would be a kind of competition on stage when, like, say, for instance, if we were opening up for the Selector. By the time we came off, they would would go on stage, and I noticed they would be working even harder. So it was kind of, you were
G'ing each other on, kind of thing.
That's right, more or less, in a competitive but a friendly competitive way, And I think we were all surprised how big the movement got in the end. The Beat were only part of it for a small time. We only had one single onto his own, but the effect is everlasting. People still talk about it.
Do you know, it used to drive me mad as an amateur guitar player, and as I say, I seriously, I mean that. I used to have an old, I think it was a Winfield, the old. I wish I'd have kept it. The old Woolworths electric guitars, the first ones they used to do, the really cheap ones. I had one of those.
Probably worth quite a bit now.
If I'd have kept the damn thing, Roger, I'd have been a millionaire, I would have thought. But I used to watch Dave, and he played that Vox Teardrop that he had, and I think, oh man, it was so different and all that. And I couldn't figure out why I couldn't play like him, and then I realised he doesn't play guitar like everybody else, did he?
No.
He used like an open tuning and played with one finger.
An open tuning of G, and also he played his guitar upside down.
No wonder I couldn't figure it out.
You'll notice next time you see a Top of the Pops, you'll go, oh, his guitar's facing the different
way from he plays it like he's playing left-handed.
Yeah.
But and is that part of the reason that, because he's playing that riff there in that tune, and that's why the riff is an integral part of that song, isn't it? And I wonder, is that why you sound so different and so unique, do you think? Is that part of the sound?
I think the open tuning was part of the sound, definitely. We found by the time we got to the second album, when we listened to the first album, we realised that there are tunes where there's majors and minors playing at the same time. So we were still learning how to be musicians all the time, but it sounded great because what the Beat were really was a jam, I believe. A jam, but we had conscious lyrics which appealed to the masses at the time.
Yeah.
But really, the music was a jam, and it still is.
Do you still see? Dave lives in LA now, doesn't he? Dave White.
Right, he does. Yeah.
Do you still? Are you? I'm not following the history. I don't know whether you're mates, because I know sometimes bands split up and they're not on great. So you guys went on to be in general public together, didn't you?
That's right. And we went to America and got massive out there and stuff. But he does the English beat, which is what we were known as in America. He does that over there, and I do the beat over here.
And is that's an amicable arrangement, is it? I mean, you're still mates, are you, or?
Well, we still sort of talk to each other, but we haven't performed with each other for years now, so I don't know if there will be a time. Who knows? There could be a time when we do, but it's not yet anyway, because I'm quite happy with the way, if you like, my beat is going.
Yeah.
It sounds fresh. It sounds close to the original. People keep coming year after year. I've got my son with me, Rankin Jr., and the two of us, we just mash up the crowds. You know, it's great. They love it. And now I've got my daughter, Saffron, who's come over from Ireland. She'll be appearing tonight.
What does she do?
Well, she sings. I mean, people wouldn't have heard of her, but they're going to hear her for the first time tonight. I've wangled her to come on stage with us.
Oh, man, it's a family business. It's a real family business now, isn't it, this?
Yeah, it seems so. But she's got a fantastic voice, and she deserves to be heard. So we'll have her, a few shows over the next couple of months, and see if she likes it, because it's she wants to be in the music business too. So it's just kind of like another stepping stone.
Oh, fantastic!
I wouldn't have her up there if she was rubbish, So you've got to be good to be up there with us.
Well, it's her reputation, but it's also your reputation as well, isn't it? That's the thing. It's interesting you say that it's fresh, but it sounds close to the original as well, because I wonder whether it's difficult for you to take something like a project like The Beat forward, because people always want to be retro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they go, I've got a new album out. They go, I don't care, play all the hits.
Right. I understand that.
Is that difficult for you, do you think?
Well, I don't think about it. I just get on with it. And I think the communication between the musicians and the crowd is what makes the shows. A lot of it is the communication and getting them to sing along with the tunes.
Yeah.
We try and keep it close to the original, but there are new elements because, of course, time's moved on. So we have, little dub sections and new additions to songs, and so it's not exactly like the original. But if you heard it, you go, well, it sounds like I'm listening to the record.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, something new happens that's totally different, and you go, wow, well, I'm getting more than I thought I'd get, So we try and keep it interesting, and therefore that means a lot of jamming and experimental stuff going on.
It's the old mashup again, as you were saying, isn't it? Really,
exactly, and it works.
Is that what your set's going to be when you at Godiva? Then is that what you're kind of had? It'll be a mix. There'll be stuff that people haven't heard, but there's also going to be.
I do believe so. It's going to be quite a mix of the new and the old, but it's going to be mostly the old. And also, we have on drums with us tonight. We have Oscar Harrison from Ocean Coliseum.
Oh wow! Another local musician.
Another local West Midland lad,
Great band. I miss. Are they still going?
Band as well, yeah. So and he loves doing the big gigs. So he's been between him and another guy called Fuzz Townsend, who does Car SOS on Channel 4, and I shouldn't say that because this is the BBC after all.
No, we do acknowledge that Channel 4 exists these days, I think. What does he do? A car programme, does he?
He does a car programme called Car SOS, and it's on its second or third series now, and it's got quite big, so it's quite well known. When he plays with us, people don't realise he was a drummer. But he used to drum with Pop Elite itself and Bentley, Rhythm Ace, and loads of other bands. So
fantastic.
He's quite well known out there.